always misunderstood. And I think that came with the book. And if it hasn't, I'm sure it does in the next one completely. Because now as I'm talking about it more and more, I'm learning more and more. Like Coral was talking, there is a mantra, I'm sure you must be chanting, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shanti Rupena Sanstita. So we talk about Shanti as goddess. We also talk about Shanti as goddess. We also talk about Daya as goddess. All the Daya Rupena Sanstita, Shanti Rupena Sanstita, Shakti Rupena Sanstita, Matri Rupena Sanstita, Buddhi Rupena Sanstita, but we forget that she's also Kshuddha Rupena Sanstita, desire, Krishna Rupena Sanstita, which is thirst, Bhranti Rupena Sanstita, which is illusion.
Okay.
All of this is Devi too.
Yes.
Why do we contain her?
Yes.
Why do we always fit her in a certain role which suits us?
It suits us. That's the idea.
You know, she cannot be a taker, she can only be a giver. What about the desire and her thirst and... Yeah, it's also half-baked, no?
Fine, that's okay.
So this is what I learned, that we've been told about her in a very wrong way. She can be ferocious, she can be angry, she can be many things that we don't assume her to be.
Absolutely. So
That's what I learned.
also I wanted to ask you that while you are researching on a book which is considered a very sacred and a pious territory, how would you know that what is it that you want to keep in the book and what is it that you do not want to be a part of your book? Where does that wisdom, where does that demarcation between what is and what is not come from?
My whole idea was to unravel her. She's misunderstood, she's misquoted, the stories are distorted, is the primary reason I'm writing. So I have to keep my integrity. I can't really think of what to keep and what not to keep. I have to say what it is. The storytelling can be different, and I can probably speak my mind there and deconstruct her in the way I see her. But I don't think I will hide anything from anybody.
Even if you don't relate to it and don't subscribe to the view, you would still put it
Because the
across.
whole premise of my writing is to ensure that she's seen the way she should be seen.
Yeah, I think integrity is
Integrity is, yes.
Thank you. Shalini, coming to you. You, in your book, you talk about, the various rasas and the manifestation it has on our lives. Would you like to throw some more light on it?
Yes, so rasas are basically emotions, and in Natya, they come from Natya Shastra, where Bharat Muni mentions them and they are depicted through dance. So mudras and expressions are used, but they are actually emotions. And whether it is the divine or whether it's us humans, no one is spared from these emotions. We all go through the similar emotions, same challenges, same desires. It's just what I felt was that the way, when I went through the stories, I realized that the divine just used these rasas, the way they used to handle them, like say Raudra ras or the negative emotions. The way they used them was different, and from there we can learn life lessons, how to survive in these times. But it's the same kind of emotions that we feel. So say Raudra ras. Now coming to Coral has written about Ahilya, and one of my chapters, the Raudra ras, is on Ahilya and Gautam Rishi. And how the Raudra ras gets the better of him, of course, and he realizes that. So once he's cursed his wife, he's cursed Indra, he realizes that he's lost all his punya. And he goes back to start his penance afresh. So it's about how you handle it. Then Kunti and Pandu, I felt fear underlies their relationship right from the beginning. So when she got married, she was an unmarried mother. She had the fear that the secret will unravel. Then her husband married again to Madhavi, who was more beautiful than her and younger. And she always felt threatened that she'll get more fame. She'll be the favorite of her husband. Then her husband gets cursed, that fear of him dying, of being childless. There were so many fears in their relationship. But the beauty lied how they handled it and passed through their life through penance by choosing whatever was a way to tackle it and go forward, like her using her boon which she was given by Durvasha Rishi to have children with the gods, and how moving forward despite all the challenges. So for me, I think that's what life's about, whether it's divinity or it's human life.
And which is the most difficult trust that I found while reading through your book is the Shant trust that you talk about, and you talk about Shiv. Now we've known, the avatars of Shiv and Shiv as somebody who is not trying. Yes. We always associated him with his Raudra roop than with his tranquil self.
Because you only talk of destruction, but after destruction comes the manifestation. So actually he destroys. So he destroys what's not required, so that fresh beginning can happen.
So that's how he symbolizes Shant Ras.
So
the
for
tranquil
me,
ras.
So for me, the rasas that I have shown are between couples or between two people, how the rasa has manifested and has been dominant in their relationship.